It is Saturday. Same shit basically going on, I would say, with coronavirus. It's going into other states, a little bit perking up the attention of some people maybe who thought it couldn't come here. I didn't really see much new news. Anything since I talked to you a couple days ago, anything changed with you and Top Rank and boxing and coronavirus?
No. Nothing changed with us. Nothing's going to change with us until we get a medical all clear.
Right.
We're not going to speculate. We're not going to talk about when we're going to be up and running, because the truth is we don't know.
Right. One thing I did want to bring up, it struck me as I was talking to you the other day, leadership in this period of time is very important, from the top on down. And I won't pretend, I won't be coy about it. I thought of you the other day, a couple days ago, when I was reading what Dana White said about, wanting the show to go on, and seemed to really get very angry that there was any kind of pushback, especially from media, on sort of wanting the show to continue. Did you hear about what White said about sort of wanting the show to go on? And then I guess there was a really big blow up, blasting the media as being like the wimpiest guys that he's ever seen, and he's accusing them basically of being wimps and being scared.
Well, you gotta understand, Dana White is a big supporter of Donald Trump. He thinks like Donald Trump, and so it's not surprising that he said what he said. But you gotta take it from where it comes from. Dana White is talking irresponsibly the same way the president talks irresponsibly. You cannot talk about coming back and bringing back a sport or anything else until you get a clearance from the reputable health authorities. And any other talk is just irresponsible, totally irresponsible.
I mean, it was loose cannon stuff. Bobby said, and listen, I'm going to take it to heart because I've been doing this a long time, over 20 years, and I know people work hard, and we don't do this to become millionaires, right? So he says, the media can talk as much shit as they want. They don't feed families. They don't take care of fucking people. They don't have people to count on them. They don't have people to support. And I'd love to get Dane on the line myself. He doesn't so much talk to me anymore, but that's just bullshit. That's just wrong. And that's ignorant shit.
Bother. Why bother? In effect, in an even cruder way, it reflects what Trump has been saying.
Yeah.
That the media is making up all of this stuff. You remember that?
Right.
That this is all fake news. This is a hoax. Take it from where it comes and stop getting exercised about it. Dana White may be a good promoter when things are okay and he's promoting the UFC, but any statement that he makes along the line that he did, just disregard. I mean, we cannot in these times get exercised by that when there's so much more that we can accomplish all pulling together.
Amen. I'll name you czar of something after all this shakes out, after the current czars get replaced. This might have to do with, better than me, the real behind the scenes. White said about 5 days ago he's actually rethinking getting into boxing. He told your friend Ioli, he says, boxing's a mess. We all know it's a mess and that it needs to be fixed, if it can be fixed. He says, he was going to have a press conference in October, but now he's basically rethinking it. He didn't actually give any hints of what he was talking about. Some people speculate that he didn't want to get into boxing because the top promoters in boxing actually give much higher percentage of the grosses to the top level fighters than he does in his sport. But I don't know that. I'm not on the inside. Do you think that
you pay as much mind to what Dana White is saying than do to what Trump is saying? These guys have, They say things without thinking. You're not going to figure out what he meant and why he was saying what he said. He said it, the next day he could do a 180. So,
Right.
I can't waste my time thinking about what Dana White is saying and why he's saying it.
You did say the other day that when you are going to be doing events again, we're looking at no spectators, and you did say, I believe, remind me if I'm wrong, that you would be looking to get all the participants tested first. That would be something you would want to do, correct?
Well, I would want to do. I mean, I think it's prudent. I think the commissions would require it. These commissions, particularly in Nevada, have excellent medical staffs. They're following the situation, and I don't think they will allow events to go on, even if there are no spectators, without testing the participants, the referee, anybody else who's in that room. Look what happened in England with the amateur qualifying tournament, which was held largely without spectators. And look how many participants ended up with the virus.
I didn't know that story.
Yeah. Well, it's in the Times today.
All right. And that's another thing with White. No, you're right. Don't get your blood pressure up over it. But also, I think it is incumbent upon media to push back. If he's, setting up fights in places where guys aren't going to get tested, some of those guys are too scared to speak up for themselves. But I don't cover the UFC over there, so I can speak up and say, oh, that's wrong. So that's one of the reasons I do it.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, man.
If he acted irresponsibly, doing something like that, I don't think he could. ESPN would go along with him, and I don't think his parent company, Endeavor, would go along with him. So let him say what he wants to say. Maybe it makes him feel good for the moment, like whatever Trump says makes him feel good for the moment, and just don't give it that much weight.
No, Bob, you're right. You say don't listen to so much what they're saying. See actually what they're doing. That's a good point, man. That's wise. Veering off topic from that, I did get a question from the internet. You mentioned, I think the other day, maybe you're going to put more top-ranked fights on the ESPN Plus. Have you given a thought to what of the classic fights we might be seeing? That's something to look forward to.
Todd has, and my office has prepared a deck for ESPN with the categorized Ali fights, Hagler fights, that type of thing. And it'll be up to ESPN as to which fights they want to put on. So, they have a feel, I guess, for what appeals to their subscriber base in the case of ESPN Plus or ESPN, and we'll let them make that choice.
All right, good stuff. Hey, do me a favor. If you find any more shows, send me a text and give me recommendations. I'm trying to burn up some time here too, man.
Well, we saw a show. I don't know if you would like it, or you come from Brooklyn, so at least you've been somewhat exposed to it. There's a show on Netflix, 4 parts, 4 one-hour parts, called Unorthodox, which is spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. One of the best things I've seen in years.
What's it about?
It's a girl who's married in a Hasidic family, and then she escapes. Just watch it. It's fantastic.
Jessica, Bob recommends on Netflix,
Unorthodox.
4 parts. All right. Anything else? Any other good shows?
There's a great Netflix has a terrific movie. It's in Spanish with English subtitles. It's called, let me get it right, Mi Abro Maestro. Absolutely fantastic.
You're a little more highbrow than me, though. I like something.
No,
I
but
like
no,
you are.
you would love that. You would love it. It's really clever. It's really good.
All right, I'll look it up. Anything else, man? You doing all right over there?
Yeah, sure.
All right, good. You getting your exercise in, yeah?
Trying to. I'm a lazy fuck.
Same as me. Gonna leave it on that low. Thank you, my man.
All right, Mike.
Peace. Be well.
Mhm.